I grew up at a time where the stores were closed on Sundays, most people didn't work weekends, and The Wizard of Oz only came on once a year. And it was a really big deal. And if you missed it, you missed it. You had to wait for a whole year. How many of you remember that, right? That was great. That was great because there was actually time in between things, right? People had time. That was a time where at 2 o'clock in the morning, the guy on TV would say, "This brings another end to our broadcast day." Remember that? And then he put the picture of the Indian with the test pattern on there. That actually television ended. That's how you knew when it was time to go to bed. They told you, go to sleep. Not anymore. It's 24/7 and 365. And our little brains are not built for this. We try. We really do. But we're burning out, kids. You know, if that laptop burns out, you just throw it away and get another one. What about you? What are we going to do with you? Right? And we need you to be well. And so our world has changed dramatically over the past 25 years. And for me, the organizing question for my life right now, above and beyond everything else, is how do I live, really seriously, how do I live and work in a world that I was not accustomed to, that has, you know, we're at the very beginning of the digital age, the digital revolution. We are struggling mightily to learn how to deal with it. And I'm not down on technology. Technology is great. You know, technology makes an extraordinary amount of things possible, and it saves lives and communication, and we're able to, you know, talk to our grandkids and, you know, connect in ways, and, you know, the space program and everything else. But, you know, the downside is that a lot of times we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just like, do you ever find yourself like some of you right now, just staring at your phone just because you can, even though I'm actually up here talking? It's weird, because as a speaker 20 years ago, before technology, if you had to make a phone call, what'd you do? You got up out of your chair and you went to the phone bank. You put your 50 cents in. Now it's like we're in a world where everything seems urgent and important. Can you relate? And what is that going to do to your little brain over time if everything seems urgent and important all the time? How do you think you will feel? You'll feel like you do now, which is more or less stressed out. How many of you are not sleeping through the night? You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, "Oh my God, I left my kids at soccer practice." It's crazy, right? You can't find the cell phone that's in your hand while you're actually making a call. This has happened to me. I'm like, "Oh my God, where's my cell phone?" And my wife's like, "Aren't you calling me now?" I am not kidding you. And I know I'm not the only one. Right? So this slide I want to show you just to kind of give a little bit of context to this conversation. So I teach a 2-day productivity course called Going Beyond Time Management. We have my workshop session tomorrow. Got about an hour. I'm going to give you some of the highlights of it, those of you that will attend. But like I told you, when I went looking, how am I going to deal with my email? How am I going to deal with my projects? How am I going to deal, you know, like living in the 21st century is like trying to get a drink of water out of a fire hydrant. Have you heard that expression? It's just like, there's just too much of everything. And so this slide, you know, if you look at the rate at which our lives have changed and the rate of increases in technology, you know, it wasn't that long ago, electricity, without which, you know, we can't function, right? Then electric typewriters. You remember this electronic typewriter? Had the correct key. You could make a mistake and then hit a key. It was like, whoa! That was like pretty awesome technology. Then fax machines, cell phones, Wi-Fi, social media, texting, Twitter, tweeting, LinkedIn, and hasn't all this technology made your life so much easier? Aren't you just so much happier because you got the technology? No! You are no more happier. Most of us are just trying to keep up. Yes, it does have its conveniences, but I got to tell you, for me, the quality of my life has not increased just from having the technology. The quality of my life is a function of being able to deal with what's in front of me effectively and be grounded in that life is short.